We begin on the NBA hardwood where the association had some week in the headlines. Let's begin with the former Knick, Derrick Rose, who had a throwback night in a throwback jersey after dropping a career-high 50 points in a thrilling win over the Utah Jazz. Rose was in tears. It was a game that few expected from the former MVP, whose career has been derailed by faulty knees that knocked him down from his superstar status. Halloween night belonged to D. Rose. He made the go-ahead basket with 30 seconds left, then gave Minnesota a three-point cushion with a pair of free throws with 13.8 seconds left to reach the 50-point mark. Of course, Knick fans, Derrick Rose is good again. Golden State's Klay Thompson suited up as Jackie Moon on Halloween night, channeling his inner semi-pro. A couple of nights earlier, Thompson continued to showcase why the Warriors remain the most dangerous team in the league. It was only a matter of time before Thompson would get hot. The other sharp-shooting guard for the Warriors, Thompson ended his season-long slump in a huge way, setting an NBA record with 14 three-pointers on his way to 52 points in just 26 minutes Monday night. The Warriors, probably needless to say, beat the host Chicago Bulls 149-124, dominating so thoroughly that they pulled all of their starters with 4 minutes, 53 seconds left in the third quarter. They scored 92 points in the first half. No more unbeatens in the NBA. 3 days after Thompson set the NBA record for the most three-pointers by a player in a single game, the Boston Celtics nearly set the record for a team, and they did it against some pretty quality competition as well. Facing the NBA's final undefeated team in the 7-0 Milwaukee Bucks, the Celtics won 117-113 and made a franchise record 24 threes along the way, one short of the NBA record set by the Cleveland Cavs last season. The Nets had an off night Thursday and will be back in action tonight in Brooklyn, hosting Carmelo Anthony and the lowly Houston Rockets. That game tips at 7:30 p.m. The Nets had a thriller of their own on Wednesday night. Spencer Dinwiddie made a three-pointer with 7.1 seconds left in overtime and finished with 25 to help the Nets beat the Detroit Pistons 120-119. The Knicks fell 107-101 to Indiana at the Garden Wednesday night. The Orange and Blue will be in Dallas tonight. De'Aaron Fox set career highs with 31 points, 15 assists, and 10 rebounds for his first career triple-double. And the Sacramento Kings beat the Atlanta Hawks 146-115 on Thursday night for their fifth straight win. Fox is only 20 years old, the only two players in NBA history with 30-point triple-doubles before their 21st birthdays, Fox and a guy named LeBron James. It's been a week of surprises from the NBA to the NFL. After finding out he was starting just hours before the game, all San Francisco 49ers QB Nick Mullins did was put together one of the best statistical debuts by a quarterback in league history. Mullins, a 2017 undrafted free agent out of Southern Miss, began the day by receiving a good luck text from fellow Golden Eagle Brett Favre. He ended by receiving a congratulatory call from Favre and approximately 600 text messages from other friends and family. In between, Mullins put together one of the greatest statistical performances by a quarterback making his debut in NFL history and led the Niners to a convincing 34-3 victory against the Oakland Raiders. Mullins, the third stringer, calmly directed the Niners to touchdowns on the first two drives of his young career and going on to post the best passer rating by a quarterback in his first start since the merger in 1970. Special night for the Niners. Terrell Owens was presented his Hall of Fame ring during halftime and stood by his decision to skip the induction ceremony in Canton earlier this year. Owens also made headlines for comments against Giants quarterback Eli Manning this week. Owens believes it's time for the G-men to bench Manning. In a conversation with TMZ on Thursday, Owens said he believed Manning's skills, open quote, are pretty much eroding, close quote, and that the quarterback is to blame for the Giants' disastrous 1-7 start to the season. Manning, 37 now, has thrown 8 touchdowns and 6 interceptions and has been sacked 31 times in 8 games this year. The Giants will be in San Fran Monday night to face Mullins and the Niners. The Jets are in Miami for a 1 p.m. kickoff on Sunday. Time for some quick hitters from the ice. Zuccarello and Zibanejad scored in the shootout, and the New York Rangers completed a 4-game road swing with a 3-2 victory Thursday night over the Anaheim Ducks. The Detroit Red Wings beat the New Jersey Devils 4-3 Thursday night. Josh Bailey scored a shorthanded goal in the second period, and then the only goal in a shootout to lift the New York Islanders over the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2 last night. Brett Gardner is staying with the Yankees at a lower salary. As we move to the baseball diamond, the 35-year-old outfielder agreed Wednesday to a one-year contract after New York declined his $12.5 million option for 2019. Sources confirmed to ESPN that the new deal is worth $7.5 million. Gardner, New York's longest tenured player, gets a $2 million buyout triggered by the team's decision to decline his option, meaning he will receive $9.5 million in total, a $3 million savings for the team under the option price. Baseball's annual GM meetings gets underway next Tuesday in California, and while the Yankees rarely complete a major deal this early in the offseason, GM Brian Cashman will be there, as he likes to say, kicking the tires. This will be the offseason of Manny Machado and Bryce Harper, but early rumblings seem to indicate that the Yankee brass believes neither are a good fit for the Pinstripes. In the MLS, the New York Red Bulls are in the Eastern Conference semifinals. They play Columbus Sunday at 3 p.m. NYCFC dismissed Philadelphia in the knockout round 3-1, and they too have advanced. They will play Atlanta at Yankee Stadium on Sunday. That game gets rolling at 7:30 p.m. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for what makes the Golden State Warriors so special. Remember this week, his hot shooting proves a point about the Golden State Warriors too. There are no egos on this team. They fed him the ball constantly, going out of their way to look for him in transition. What ended up being an historic night for Klay and the Warriors is also a microcosm of the culture Steve Kerr has built in Golden State. One of the key components of the Warriors culture that was clearly on display Monday night was unselfishness. Rare is the team where you have two superstars and four all-stars, not including the injured DeMarcus Cousins, on the same team. Rarer is the team where each star willingly gives up the spotlight so that another can have it. Even rarer is the team that sacrifices their own individual statistics and individual accomplishments so that their teammates can succeed. For another year, no one is beating Golden State. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.